Everybody, this is Chad Warren here at how_alternative on Twitter. Learn how to market alternative media. I am excited because my big complaint is that nothing really happens with alternative media. It fails. When I say alternative media, in this example, I'm talking about 9/11 Truth, the big enchilada, this generation's JFK assassinations. Do we really want to be satisfied with an Oliver Stone movie about 9/11? Hell no. We want these scum that run the world from behind the scenes and get chumps like Trump elected and fool the masses with their rose colored glasses looking like asses. We're tired of the insanity, the vanity of profanity. And I was happy to see that something is going on over at LC for 911.org, the Lawyers Committee for 9/11 Inquiry, on the 25th of March. The Lawyers Committee sued the FBI. Okay? We're going to look at a press release. Or the bigger point to me is team building. And obviously, we're more divided than ever, but we can use that for a positive way. We can have a debate club and get better about having a show where the best of the best argue their points, and we improve our ability to express the information about an argument. Okay? And so I'm seeing the need for marketers like myself, people that are into video production, need to connect with the academics, because academics typically are not the best at speaking to the lay people. And the United States doesn't work unless we unite amongst our different states. So it's abysmal to me that we have these tools to do so like never before. We may not be down at City Hall or the Town Hall, but we should be usurping those legacy systems and bringing and creating a folk force using these tools of public discourse that we have at our disposal, and having fun and being rightfully proud of achievements. We need to be goal oriented. We need to get out of this information consumer, it's like the way people talk about sports but for nerds. That's what the truth community is, and it's disgusting. We're all better than that. I notice I've got all kinds of problems. Everybody does. But I notice that I get upset at people because I don't think they're stupid, but they act like it. Right? And people rightfully could look at me and go, man, you look like somebody that should have it together, and you really don't. So I think we can kind of see a lot of similar mental illness and behavior issues amongst all of us, all through different identities and socioeconomic statuses. So enough of me rambling. This is what the press release says. So learning how to write press releases is something that is in the purview of marketing. This is the Lawyers Committee for 9/11 Inquiry, as well as the Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. And I'll name some names here. Mick Harrison of the Lawyers Committee, Litigation Director, phone number. I don't know how to say his last name. I just heard it on the video. It's not Miss Swinkle, I don't think. Lawyers Committee President. Ted Walter, Architects and Engineers Director, Strategy and Development. Report known 9/11 attack evidence to Congress. So, this is a big deal, and this is why we have free speech. Because if you don't use free speech and achieve goals, then rightfully you're going to have a conflict. Maybe not rightfully. Maybe nothing good comes from a conflict, but nothing good comes from not doing anything either. And we're not doing anything. So, what do you do when you got people like me that don't trust authority and feel so impoverished and so angry that, at what point are people going to start lashing out in anger to a large degree? Or even worse, just be apathetic and ignore it? Washington, D.C., March 25th, 2019. The Lawyers Committee for 9/11 Inquiry, Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, and 9/11 Victim Family members Robert McIlvaine and Barbara Krukowski Rastelli announced today a joint federal lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia against the U.S. Department of Justice and the FBI for their failure to perform a congressionally mandated assessment of any evidence known to the FBI that was not considered by the 9/11 Commission related to any factors that contributed in any manner to the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001. The action for declaratory and injunctive relief to be described at a news conference on March 25th near the courthouse, which is what you see in the video, is being filed under the Administrative Procedure Act, APA 5 U.S.C. 702, 706, and the Federal Mandamus Statute 28 U.S.C. 1361 because of federal agency failures to comply with the mandate from Congress. The complaint cites the failure of the FBI in its 2014-2015 9/11 Review Commission to assess key 9/11 related evidence that the FBI can be shown to have had or been aware of regarding, number one, the use of the high fivers observed photographing and celebrating the attacks on the World Trade Center on 9/11. 3. Terrorist financing regarding the reported Saudi support for the 9/11 hijackers. 4. Recovered plane parts, including serial numbers from all three crash locations. 5. Video from cameras mounted inside and outside the Pentagon. And 6. Cell phone communications from passengers aboard airplanes. This is evidence relevant to the 9/11 Review Commissions and the FBI's compliance with the mandate from Congress, which should have been assessed by the FBI and the 2014-15 9/11 Review Commission and reported to Congress. The complaint also cites the destruction by the FBI of evidence related to the high fivers. A news conference about these filings was scheduled for the 1 p.m. on March 25th, 2019. There you go. And help support the efforts of this lawsuit. Please send a contribution to lc4911.org and ac911truth.org, which is the Lawyers Group is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So, what do you think about that? Do you think that justice will be done for the terrorist attacks on 9/11? Will the truthers develop and grow, to be the people that actually use the internet? It's been around for 20 years. Are we only going to have the negatives of Facebook mind control as we lose our soul? Or are we going to make being a responsible citizen popular again? Are we going to use internet technology to connect citizens with the legal system so that we don't, more and more of us end up in for profit prisons? Are we going to restore people's faith in law so that we don't have a civil war? Because nothing is going to get better unless we're the change we want to see in the world. As far as I can tell. I mean, seems like the rich people make more money by being disruptive and they don't need us. In the past, they needed people to build their empire, but they have their empire worldwide. You know, there's Pizza Huts in Iran. So I think we're pretty overdue for a world war. So I just feel that the problem with the internet is that it has given everybody this ability to express their individual point of view. It's kind of a Gnostic revolution. Miguel Connor, tonight, I want to catch it. He's talking about the 20 years ago that the movie The Matrix came out and mainstreamed the Gnostic perspective. But have we broken through? Are we truly woke, or are we just a joke? Because if everybody is isolated, we're divided and fallen. So the biggest thing I see going on is that people are using live hangouts, like over at the RX Picture Show on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Central, 7 Pacific, I believe, at the SB Alger YouTube channel, so that I think people have their groups that they hang out with online and feel more connected than they do with people locally, which obviously is not good, because there are a ton of people locally that you can speak in a very matter of fact way up at the Wendy's in a town you don't even know. You know, tonight there was some guy in there. I'm here in Omaha, Nebraska. My truck's broken down. I'm up here on work, and there was a guy cursing in there. And there's all these families in there, and I finally got tired of it, and I walked over there and I said, "Hey, man, could you please not curse? There's families in here." And thankfully, the guy was nice. He's so, you know, I think we're all crying out, not just some guy that's an alcoholic. I think that we need to have connections with each other, even people that you just can't stand. I can't stand. I'm really angry at the pro-Trump people right now because I feel that they have stolen the 9/11 truth mojo by Alex the Schmuck Jones having Trump on his show, and it duped all of these people that wanted to see justice done and were tired of corruption, and now they buy into Trump, and that is false patriotism. I'm all about the actual virtues of America, but not the used car salesman, pro or Trump, anti-Trump. It just sucks all the air out of the room, and those people have no personality of their own. That really is like a Hitler, cult of personality, National Socialist thing. These people that love Trump, they think they hate socialism, but if they can't see the parallels with those MAGA hats, or the progressives with the pink pussy hats, this feminist movement, If people can't see there's some heavy social mind control, that's disrespectful. Do you think all those German people were evil and stupid that got sucked into Hitler? That I just boggles my mind that your average American can be that naive or dumb to think that, and to think that that couldn't happen here. It, you know what I mean? So even though I'm very angry at the evangelical Christians that are fine with Israel, Zionist Israel running the world, $10 million plus a day we give them. They take all of our Boeing, aerospace technology, the whole Silicon Valley, all we got left. They all get all that for free. That's the relationship that they have, and they just dictate everything. America needs to get great again because they are a joke. So I am happy that there is some discussion amongst professional people within the system, architects, engineers, lawyers, about the structure of our institution of government. Because you should be upset and you should be doing something about it. And we need to help me. I've got all kinds of problems. Let's help each other like it, was your job. I don't know what else to say, but we've got to start using these groups, these live hangouts, like at Prescription Only Picture Show. And I'd like to have my own, and certainly Aaron Riggs has got his Warrior Mindset podcast I think highly of. We need to start cross-pollinating and stitching together the fabric of the world as far as the folk. Revitalize the folk. 9/11 truth needs to become 9/11 justice. Please give your comments about, do you think you believe CBS News and Bin Laden, did 9/11 and there's no reason to question any of that? Do you think that the freedom of speech should be curtailed and people like me put in mental asylums because, we don't like Israel running the world? It doesn't have not a hateful bone in my body about that. Why in the world people should, let Israel run America? That's a little bitty country. They are kicking our butts. Which is it? Are the Americans stupid? Well, what would give Israel the ability to be so much stronger than their population? Why is America full of like quality people, but everything's going down the crapper? What has Trump actually done to fix anything other than tell you what you want to hear? Thank you. And if you want to learn how to market, how to get somebody to put their email in a capture page, how to send emails that you create automatically to people that want them so we can get to our web pages and off of these social media sites as our only way of speaking with each other, then go to truthseekingmoneymaker.com. If you do, you're going to be invited to live internet marketing training every Thursday. And more importantly than that, you'll learn a system that you can breathe your signature into to focus on what goals you want to accomplish using the Power Lead system, Lead Lightning. There's free opportunities there, but you're going to see a model of having a weekly live webinar that everybody invites people to for what you're into. I'll show you how to do that. Go to truthseekingmoneymaker.com. That way I can get your email and you can be on my mailing list. This is Chad Warren, learning how to market alternative media. And please, any comments are welcome. Thank you.